When it comes to achieving your goals, you are either a friend to yourself or an enemy. The reason for this is simple. How much you achieve in life entirely depends on you. But what if you can't depend on yourself? What if you neglect what is needed of you to go to the next level? Well, then you would be doing yourself a huge disservice. And this particular disservice is known as self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is defined as thoughts or behaviors, especially of an involuntary or unconscious nature, that are harmful to one's own interests and development. It can negatively affect personal and professional success as well as mental health. And while it may seem counterintuitive, a person who self-sabotages will undermine their own good intentions. So, if self-sabotage is often unconscious, how do you spot it and how do you correct it? In this video, I will share with you 6 tips to stop self-sabotaging and finally live a happier life for once and for all. And if you're new here, hi girl, my name is Marsella Christina, and on this channel, I teach women how to become their highest selves. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe. Self-sabotage does not have to rule your life. You can take control of your destiny by becoming aware of why you self-sabotage. There's always a deeper reason for this behavior, and by discovering this truth about yourself, you'll be able to unlock your ability to flourish in life. I believe an abundant life is waiting for you on the other side of this video, so be sure to watch until the end where I give my most important tip. Let's get started. You need to take a good look at your life. Whether or not you are aware that you self-sabotage, the only way to ever come to this realization is by looking at your life. Think about your goals and dreams. Are you near or far from the life that you've envisioned for yourself? What have your efforts been? How long have you been pursuing your goals? Have you seen any form of success or progress? How does it usually play out when you go after something? Is there a conflict, both inner or outer, that always seems to appear? These questions are very helpful in putting your thoughts and behaviors under a microscope. See if you can identify a pattern. You may come to realize that you think or behave in a certain way that ultimately leads to your failure. If you've identified this pattern, then you have identified your self-sabotaging behavior. Now you need to figure out why you do it. And to do that, you need to ask yourself hard questions. The only way to ensure that you're not the one that's standing in the way of your own progress is to ask yourself tough questions that force you to be honest and expose who you truly are. The idea here is simple. If you're not the one that's standing in your own way, then you will have no problem answering these questions honestly, easily, and you'll be able to take full accountability for your actions. Questions like, why am I failing at a subject that I know very well? Or why do I not want praise from people when I succeed? Asking yourself these questions point blank can open up an inner dialogue that can be very productive. The key here is to learn how to take accountability. Much of the problems of self-sabotage exists because people are too outwardly focused and they refuse to acknowledge the problems within. So do yourself a huge favor by asking these questions and listening to your answers. It is so important that you do not judge your answers. Identifying that you self-sabotage does not give you permission to judge yourself. Instead, take a more open-minded approach to this discovery. Identifying that you self-sabotage is an invitation to get to know yourself better. It can actually change your entire perception of self and help you get to know yourself on a deeper level. Bringing what's in your subconscious up to the surface should develop curiosity in you. Instead of judging what you see, become curious instead. I think this helps you get more out of the process and protects you from the further self-sabotaging that you would do if you judged yourself. It can be really helpful and therapeutic to write these thoughts down. When you write your answers down, you can see exactly what's been holding you back. And just having the awareness of it gives you your power back. Because now that you can see it, you can finally deal with it. To stop self-sabotaging, I need you to decide that you are enough. Much of self-sabotaging comes from a lack of self-worth, self-respect, or self-love. By deciding that you are enough, you attack self-sabotage at its core. Because here's the truth. Most people want things in life, but they don't believe they're truly deserving of it. And subconsciously, they push it away, which is a form of self-sabotage. But here's what I need you to understand. Self-sabotage is a choice. Yes, it is a choice, even if you don't remember making it. The good news is that you can make a new choice by deciding that you are enough. I speak about affirmations often on this channel because I have seen the benefits of using them in my own life. The affirmation, I am enough, is a powerful affirmation for removing self-sabotage. Say this affirmation to yourself daily. I like to do this affirmation in the morning when I wake up. The more you say it, the more you'll believe it, so don't stop until you do. It is also necessary to build your self-trust. You are the only person you will be with 100% of the time in life, so you need to trust yourself 100%. Only you know what your wildest dreams are, so you are responsible for making them come true. It is not anyone else's job. So we can stop playing the blame game and stop putting our trust in anyone other than ourselves. Trust yourself with your dream and your vision, and trust that you have what it takes to get you to where you want to be. Girl, I want you to know you really do have it in you. It's just about whether or not you know it and have accepted it. Self-trust is built through action, so you're gonna have to get to work. Set a moderate goal for yourself and work towards it every day. And I mean every day, not just on the days where you feel like it. I'm also talking about the days when you don't. Once you see that you can show up for yourself, you will learn to trust yourself and have the confidence to go after bigger goals. By this point, you're well on your way to stopping your self-sabotage. But to make sure everything goes as planned, be sure to check in with yourself. Make the time to check in and analyze how things are going. Feel free to make adjustments if necessary. I really want you to understand that self-sabotage is not something that you can just put a band-aid on and walk away from. It's something that you have to always be on the lookout for, especially when you first become aware of it. This is because self-sabotage can show up in different ways, and if you aren't careful, it can take you off track. For example, maybe your self-sabotaging behavior has been neglecting exercise when you know your body needs it. So you take the actions to correct this behavior by finding a way to make it to the gym a few days a week. But now, all of a sudden, you're waking up at noon when you used to wake up at 8 a.m. What's going on here? Well, your self-sabotage is showing up again, just in a different way. Where you once neglected physical exercise, you're now neglecting waking up early and getting a good start to your day. And this is where self-awareness comes into play. Being self-aware is a lifelong skill that you will need to continue to develop. Schedule in times in the month or year where you just take time to reflect on how things are going. See what's been working for you and what hasn't, and move forward with the things that are. This is the best way to stop self-sabotage because when you make plans and check in with those plans, you hold yourself accountable. And when you hold yourself accountable, self-sabotage is less likely to show up. You are your biggest asset, so make yourself your biggest priority. Take the time to check in on yourself and make sure that you are performing in a way that gets you closer to your goals. I hope this video helped you today. I want you to know that you do not have to live with self-sabotage. You can live the life you've always wanted. All it takes is just knowing that you can. And if you ever need a reminder on how to get there, come back to this video. And if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you. Be sure to subscribe. We'd love to have you become a part of the family. Earlier, I mentioned that self-sabotage comes from a lack of self-worth. But if you don't know how to build self-worth, then you will always self-sabotage. So watch this video where I give my honest advice to anyone struggling with self-worth. Okay, my loves, until next time, take good care of yourselves. Bye.